week's Parsha Bamidbar includes the description of the tasks of the Levite families in making sure that the Mishkan, the tabernacle in the desert, is effectively transported from place to place. The end of the portion describes the family of Kehas and their job. Their job was to carry the actual vessels that are in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle, the holy ark, the shulchan, that's the table, the menorah, and other vessels. That was their job. Now, before they were to carry them, it was the task of the Kohanim to come in and cover the vessels. The Bnei Kahas were given the task to carry them, but they were not allowed to touch them. The Torah ends, the last verse of this week's portion says, V'lo yavoru liros, they shouldn't see them, explaining that they were covered so that the Kahas family should not see them. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein of blessed memory asks, wait, the prohibition was that they were not allowed to touch these vessels. So why then were they covered so that they shouldn't see them? And Rabbi Moshe of blessed memory explains that the Bnei Kahas were so pure and so sincere that if they would see these vessels, they would be so attracted to them. They would want to come close to the holiness, and they would come to touch them. And therefore, the Torah decreed that they should be covered, that they shouldn't even see them. One might ask, why shouldn't the Bnei Kahas be able to control themselves? I mean, okay, if God, the Torah should say, don't touch it. By telling us that if they see it, they're going to want to touch it because of their sincerity. The Torah is teaching us that when a person desires holiness and desires to be close to God, there is a potential to move into areas beyond the line, to move out of zone, specifically, precisely because of my sincerity, because of my desire for spirituality, because of my desire to be close to God. So right now, we are experiencing a closure, still a closure of synagogues. Some are starting to open, but many are not, and for very good reason. But I really want to get back to the synagogue. I want to get back to a minyan. Of course, it comes from my deep desire for spirituality. But the Torah is telling us that a deep desire for spirituality can go amok. What's our job? And what was the job of the Bnei Kahas? To serve God. That's our job, to perform the mitzvos of God, to be the best Eved Hashem, to be the best servant of God that we could be. And the servant of God is one who looks at the mitzvos and says, what exactly does God want of me? How far do I go? What's the best that I can do in my service of Hashem? And actually, I have a question. Social distancing, monitoring when we can get back to our synagogues, wearing a mask. Is it a mitzvah? Or is it just something that's recommended, something that's suggested, and we better do it? I suggest that our Torah teaches us we need to guard our health. We need to guard the health of others around us. We need to listen to the directives of the officials that are leading us and guiding us. These are Torah directives. So now we have more opportunities to be a servant of Hashem. Masks, social distancing. If we view it as a mitzvah, we'll do a better job. And if we view it as a mitzvah and we think of Hashem while we are carrying out what we need to do physically, socially, then hopefully with Hashem's help, we'll be able to remove the mask, return to our holy places, and come ever closer to our service of God as Eved Hashem, as servants of God. Have a beautiful Shabbos.